So I'm just removing a little bit of fat from the abdomen. We've numbed up the area here. The patient doesn't feel anything. I'm just using a very small micro cannula, just manually going back and forth gently, because we want to harvest the fat gently so that it survives. And it's really quite easy. Most people will say they have maybe a day of a little bit of soreness in the area that we removed it from. And since we're just using a little bit for the under eye area, I don't need very much, maybe 10 to 20 cc's. So it's a very quick process to get a little bit out. And then we will process it, clean it, and then inject it just like a filler. Dr. Janowski, today we're doing fat grafting to the under eye. The under eye is a really common area where we use fillers all the time, probably the most common, because everybody loses volume under the eye. But wouldn't it be great to have something long-lasting that doesn't expand or take on water? So we are now moving to doing a lot of fat grafting under the eye. So that is taking a small amount of fat from somewhere else in the body, injecting it just like a filler. The fat has several advantages. One is it will last longer. Number two, it has stem cells, which are good for your skin. And number three, it doesn't expand like hyaluronic acid fillers like Restylane or Juvederm. So there's just maybe some initial swelling, and then it comes down and then stays like that. So it can be a nice alternative for people who don't like either the blue color that sometimes forms from the other fillers, or the puffy look that sometimes happens that we often have to reverse. So we'll show you how we do that. Okay, so now we've simply put that fat into syringes just like we would with a filler. We're using a micro cannula just like we would use with a filler. We've placed a little numbing medicine on the skin, and so I'm just going to inject it again very simply in a deep plane, and then put it in just where we want it to go. And just like with the filler, we can see immediate improvement. We slightly overfill it because there's some fluid in there with the fat, and that will go away within a day. There can be a little bit of mild swelling. There's often no bruising, and final results in a week or so. And then it can last many years, just like fat lasts in our body for decades. You can have fat last for many years in the face. So that's really all there is to it. That's fat grafting to the so now we've completed the fat transfer to the under eye like we showed you. And now we're taking a little bit of that residual fat, emulsifying it down to something called Nano-Fat. And what that means is we're just kind of liquefying it essentially, because we want to release the benefits of the stem cells and the growth factors from the fat, and we're doing something called a Nano-Fat facial, which is the same thing as a plasma facial, which is the combination of the plasma and microneedling. In this case, we're using Nano-Fat topically on the skin with microneedling. So it's the same thing, but higher level, because again, Nano-Fat's going to have more rejuvenation benefit than PRP will. So Laurel does this treatment. We've numbed up the face with some numbing cream, and then Laurel will use her microneedling pen and a little bit of the Nano-Fat, which is right there. And it's really good for your skin, better than any product you could buy. And that is just a little extra bonus that we can do with the fat after that procedure. So that's the Nano-Fat facial.